Hey guys, what's up? It's Katy and I'm back with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. And after going through this month's Cavalier difficulty, I decided it would be a good idea to kind of break down this Red Goblin boss fight. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the best way to evade his specials. You know, who are some of the really good champs, which in all actuality, you can use any champ, but we'll talk about that later. His buffs and his abilities and some other things that he's got going on for him, because he can seem pretty complicated and his specials can seem kind of daunting, but fret not. I have the answer for you. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is his special one. Now, his special one can seem a little bit nerve-wracking to dodge, but play with the sound on. It is going to help you out immensely because there is a sound cue on when to dex the beam from the special, because we all know the little tentacle are pretty easy to dodge, right? But that beam looks like you could kind of dex it, but it could kind of get you too. So right when he goes up here, boom, there's a ding, and that is when you dex back. So once you hear that ding, when he goes up, boom, ding, dex back, and you will fully dex those beams. So that is the best way to dodge his special one. And to be honest, his special one is the easier of the two to dex, at least for me. So now let's talk about his special two, because honestly, I try not to push him to this. Now, it is a 3-hit special, similar to like Nova or Nova or Guardian, not Red Guardian, Guardian. So it's basically 3 dashes back. Now, it can be fully dexed, but pro tip, before you dex it, you're gonna wanna turn up your brightness on this because of this background and the way the fireballs or whatever they're called kind of blend in. So let's go ahead and take a look at this again. Ready? Boom. 1, 2, and 3 is the final dex back. So it is fully dexable. You can do it, but you know, pro tip, that Surtur background, man, it makes this fight pretty rough. All right, now let's talk about some of these things he's got going on, like Flux Dispersal. Each time the defender is struck, they gain a dispersal charge. So basically what that means is that once those charges get up to 20, he's not going to take any damage. So you're gonna have to heavy him in order to remove those charges. But there will be a time, potentially, where the heavy won't remove the charges. And that is kind of when he goes into, well, Frenzy, but we'll talk about that later on. So you may have to heavy more than once in order to remove those charges. So make sure that you can get those heavies in order to remove the charges. Otherwise, you're not going to be doing any damage. So see, you saw he has 20 Flux Dispersal charges here, and Claire is doing absolutely no damage. So you want to get those heavies in, and you want to make sure that they stick in order for you to do damage. All right, now let's talk about Falter. So he's got no hit, mercy, and missing in action. So basically, each time he's knocked down, he gains a cruelty buff, right? And so that really doesn't matter, but it kind of does because of the missing in action. So whenever a buff on the defender expires, if the attacker knocks him down, so either by a heavier special, the defender is faltered for 5 seconds. If the defender is not knocked down, so no heavy, no special, then you are faltered. And you know, that's not good because then he can actually hit you. So you want to try to get him faltered. So you need to time your either special or heavy appropriately to make sure that you can, you know, get it in time. So let's go ahead and take a look at this faltered. Okay, so here he has the cruelty. So when that cruelty expires, you're gonna see a thing that says approaching falter, right? So there's the approaching falter, and this is where you need to make your move. So either you knock him down or you throw a special in order to get the falter on him. If you don't, you're gonna get the falter on you. So see there, I have the falter on me, I miss, and that can be really bad because he has huge attack. So kind of keep that in mind. So here again, we are approaching falter. And we're gonna go ahead and there we go. So there's the approaching falter. There, I knocked him down. So now he is faltered. And so now he is going to miss, and then boom, knock him down, get those charges off. So that's kind of how you want to play this. You need to kind of watch that approaching falter. It seems like there's a lot going on, but you will have time in order to do it, especially if he doesn't have a special at hand. If he does have a special when you're approaching falter, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. All right, now let's talk about Frenzy. So Bloodthirsty is he starts the fight with 3 persistent Bloodlust charges. Those are his charges. And then his awakened ability is while Frenzy is active, special attacks generate 1 symbiote buff with 35% reduced potency. Now, while the opponent has less than 15% health remaining, activate Frenzy. Each Bloodlust increases this threshold by a flat 10%, reaching 65% at max Bloodlust. Frenzy also triggers a True Sense buff, bypassing the effects of Miss and Auto Block, and your Falter. He also gains an insane attack rating for each Bloodlust. So because he's already starting with 3, he's gonna have a pretty big attack. All right, so let's take a look at this Frenzy here. All right, so you can see that because I am below a certain percentage of health, because he has 3 Bloodlust charges, he has entered into Frenzy mode. So even if I would falter him, he's still gonna be able to hit me. So that's not good because he has huge attack. But if you regen up past that certain threshold, then it is going to take away the Frenzy from him. So bringing in someone who regens is really important for this fight because it can really help you out in the long run. And that's what makes Claire kind of so great for this. Now you have other champs that can regen up too. So, you know, kind of keep that in mind. Guillotine 2099, that sort of thing. Anyone who's got a regen is going to help you out immensely here. It's going to make the fight a lot easier because you're not going to have him enter that Frenzy mode. Okay, so he does have like a little bit more going on for him, but honestly, this is the best way to, well, go at him if you're having problems with him. You don't need a Mystic per se. You don't need Black Widow Clairvoyant. I mean, it helps, but I mean, I one-shot him with Warlock. So I find his special 1 a lot easier to dodge and to dex than his special 2. So I very rarely push him to his special 2, although it is fully dexable. The main thing that I want you to take away from here and that you need to watch out for is that falter. And you need to watch that approaching falter icon so that you don't get faltered and he comes in and riggedy wrecks you, because if that happens, you're kind of, well, deaded. But anyways, guys, that's all that I got. Let me know in the comments below, how do you think this will help you out? Did I miss anything with Red Goblin's abilities? Which special do you find easier to dex? And what do you actually think of this champion? Let me know in the comments below and let's discuss. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw and you want to see more, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and hit me up in the Discord chat. Thanks, guys. Bye.